Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to revisit a topic I covered in a previous video about the Indiana Fever's game against the Minnesota Lynx. Specifically, I focused on a play where Caitlin Clark, the Fever's star point guard, was calling for a screen to be set for her, but her head coach, Christie, waved it off and instead directed Clark to pass the ball to a different player. As I mentioned in the previous video, this was a rather unusual coaching decision. Typically, when a point guard is running the offense, they have the autonomy to call for the plays and set pieces they want. By overriding Clark's request and dictating the pass, Sides was essentially undermining Clark's leadership and control of the team's offense. This type of coach-player dynamic is an important one to examine, as it can have significant implications for the team's overall performance and chemistry. While it's understandable that emotions can run high during the heat of a game, there is a line that coaches should be careful not to cross when it comes to publicly challenging or embarrassing their star players. We've seen examples in other sports, such as the infamous incident between NFL coach Andy Reid and player Travis Kelce, where a coach's outburst on the sideline crossed that line and created unnecessary tension. In basketball, we've also seen instances of players expressing their frustration, like Caitlin Clark slamming her hand on the chair during a timeout. The key, however, is maintaining that balance and ensuring that both the players and the coaches are able to channel their emotions in a productive manner. When a coach publicly overrides or undermines a player's decision-making, especially a player as crucial to the team's success as Caitlin Clark, it can have a detrimental effect on the team's overall cohesion and performance. One of the most concerning aspects of this specific situation is the apparent double standard that Sides seems to apply when it comes to her players. As I mentioned in the previous video, there have been numerous instances where Kelsey Mitchell, another key player for the Fever, has made questionable decisions on the court, such as taking ill-advised shots or failing to make the simple pass to an open teammate. However, Sides has rarely, if ever, addressed these lapses publicly or held Mitchell accountable in the same way she did with Clark. This inconsistency in how Sides treats her players, particularly her star point guard, is problematic. It can foster resentment and a lack of trust within the team, as the players may feel that the coach is playing favorites or not holding everyone to the same standards. This, in turn, can undermine the team's overall chemistry and make it more difficult for them to function effectively on the court. Ultimately, the role of the head coach is to create an environment that empowers and supports their players, not to undermine them or publicly embarrass them. While it's understandable that emotions can run high during a game, Sides needs to be mindful of how her actions and decisions impact the team's overall dynamics and performance. By fostering a culture of trust, accountability, and shared responsibility, Sides can help the Fever reach their full potential and continue to grow as a team. This will require her to strike a delicate balance between holding her players to high standards and allowing them the autonomy to make decisions and lead the team on the court. As we move forward, it will be interesting to see how Sides and the Fever navigate these challenges and whether they can find a way to harness the talent and leadership of players like Caitlin Clark to achieve sustained success.